Hello, how are you guys? Oh, so this is some really super exciting news, and so I was just making my little shopping list myself, and I did find one, phew, that I can show. Stampin' Up is going to have a big sale, one day only, 24 hours for stamps, and they are not the ones, the 15% off, but they can't be on the last chance item, for instance. And so, yeah, there's a few different, the background ones. And I was going to show you, once I get going, I will grab, some of you know, I wonder where that card is. I love it. Some of you know that I do love background stamps. I worked with one just yesterday, actually. But, yeah, one of the other ones that I was really excited, I had on my shopping list and I hadn't got it yet, is Stay Warm. It's a sweater set with hats and socks, and I think it'll be really a fun one. And then there is Peaceful View, which I've been back and forth, and this might just be the thing that prompts me over. It's the one where the tree is leaning over. It's a silhouette idea, although I have seen it done up in brown with green leaves kind of thing. And the fence, right? So it's a background, whole background. And then Etched Autumn is the one that I'm going to try and show you with that. But fortunately, I do have one stamp set that I can work with. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but here it is, with you in mind. So I'm going to pop you down. I was just out golfing. I had a little flush. Had probably the fastest round I've had in like a eon. So quick. There was 4 guys in front of me, and they must have been, hi Keisha, they must have been hitting true, because it's pretty hard for them. I was just pacing to keep up with them, and as a golfer, I should have been waiting and been able to putt around and chip and all sorts of stuff, but they just kept moving quickly along. So and then the duo behind me also was catching up. Makes sense that the duo would catch up with a quad, but yeah, they must have just been whacking it straight down and spending no time looking for a ball. So I even had some pars today. Woohoo! Anyways, all right. So yesterday I made this cute little card. I went ahead and did a little reel. You know what? I made this card yesterday. And the one correction I made was when I did it again was I did bring that up just that little tiny bit. And funny, it just makes that difference. I did add, if you were watching yesterday's, or if you're curious, you can go back and look at yesterday's. You'll see that I had this quite brightly colored, and I brought in the I don't know where it is, but the white lifter, the blends lifter, which is my first gift with you guys. If you do join my blends club that I have, I do give this as a gift in your first shipment, and I go from there. So touch base with me if you're interested in accumulating a few blends to be able to play. But yeah, so that's the little tiny bit of a lift. And then I added in the Lost Lagoon. I did the light Lost Lagoon and the dark seafoam for these leaves, so if you're wondering. And then I did a little reel, and I did it again in this other color that I'm loving, and it was just with the tone on tone on tone, tone on tone on tone. There we go. There it is. All right, so today we're going to work with you in mind. I'm going to bring this down just a little tiny bit tighter and go from there. Ooh, my garbage I'm looking for. Yeah, one of my favorite sets is this guy, obviously, but it is part of a bundle. And so in full truth, I need to actually go back and look a little tiny bit. They do say stamps and stamp tools. Well, to me, dies are stamp tools. So I'm not sure if the bundles are additional, but I really don't think they are. And absolutely, the last chance items are not further discounted, as well as the pricing won't be up until the pricing is up. And so there's no advance notice of which ones will be on, but there it is. Okay. What am I doing with this? That's a good question. How are you guys? What are you guys up to today? Did anybody else go golfing, or is it just me? Am I the only golfer in the crew? I might very well be, hey? That's what you're thinking anyways. So I just am looking at this wreath, and I'm like, ugh, do I want to do a cupcake wreath? not really. Nice, easy imaging because of this. I am trying to think. I have the thinking of you, actually. Do I have it here? Oh, no, I have. What is this? This is from one of the traveling ones. I know I've used this, definitely this thinking of you. And I know I've used it. I'm not recalling what. Oh, see, I did use the cupcake for sure. And the heart. And the thinking of you. From how they are in there, that's how I know. Okay. So I'm going to work with this because it's a nice solid. I'm going to do a little tone on tone. Oh, it's espresso this week, hey? All right. That might make it a bit tougher. Yeah, you know what? We're going to work with that, and then I'm going to pull in some leaves. All right, so a little piece of espresso. And one moment, please. I just need to cut some paper. So I literally was to the minute here. Had a nice supper. That was delicious. So I'm going to cut this at 3 3¾ by 5. I'm going to grab my early espresso because it is an older stamp that I have. And I'll bring this over here. So I'm Lori LaRose. I didn't even introduce myself. Sorry, how rude of me. Lori LaRose, and I have Active Stamping here on Facebook, as well as I'm going to use this leaf because I just said I was going to use some leaves. I'm going to pull in some fun colors to go along with, I'm hoping. Currently, I am playing with some gals in my monthly club that I have. It's got weekly classes. And okay, this is going to be gorgeous, I think. So when you're going to do random, it's always a good idea to start in the middle and work out to the edges, because of course, otherwise if you start on the edge, there's nowhere to go that way. And one little hint when you're stamping is if you turn, instead of having to turn this way and this way, if you just turn your paper a little tiny bit, oh, nice, Lori. You get really random. Generally, you have to be a little bit aware, but it seems like it's kind of a less contrived random, if that makes any sense. Wow, I must have just re-inked this that ink pad, whatever that's called. Oh, I just about doubled up there. How pretty is that, hey? Ooh, I love it. See, again, I need to be turning this so that I get that randomness. Kind of cool how that works, hey? It kind of shouldn't work quite so good, but it's 23 years I've been stamping, and we didn't have all the fancy backgrounds and all the fancy stuff in the old days. Hi, Allie. And so I have to say, I'm just actually going to pull you guys up on Facebook so I can see if you're talking. Are you talking to me? My daughter, when she was about 3, maybe, we were talking on the phone, and her dad, hang on a second, her dad, just a minute, I'm looking for myself. Active Stamping, Lori LaRose, here I am. Her dad had left a message, and I think he was talking away. I think I was listening to the message he'd left, and then she's like, hello, are you talking to me? She's so darn cute. All right, nobody's talking to me, so that's good. All right, that is rich and gorgeous. Ooh. Okay, I might add, what did I do with that thing? Here it is. I might add one little tiny extra. This is where you get to have a little bit of fun if you want. Oops, did you see I stuttered there? If you feel like, there's just a little something. If you like it fuller. And I always like it a little bit full. Nice, perfect. Okay, so that's that. That'll be beautiful. And then I did not get the newest leaves yet, and I don't think that they are on sale. Hang on a second. I'm going to put leaves in here and see what happens. And then I'm going to do a tag. Oh, you know what? The artistic leaves. Oh, okay. So the artistic leaves are actually, this will be very weird, but I'm going to show you because this is what we should be working with. That one is on sale. So I'll do that so you don't get sick. So that will be on sale on the 18th. So that's exciting because that one you could do all sorts of fun stuff with. So I am going to pull in a couple leaves from another set that I had that look a little bit like those guys. Ooh, these are so pretty. These are called vintage leaves and they're very old. The group that I work with on the Wednesday night, we shop our own stash basically. And one of the things that's one of the things we like, I think, about the group. Okay, and I've always loved this guy. This is a really large set. So these guys, this guy might almost, I put him on here. He might almost be the same size. Might be a little bit larger. I've always done this guy. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I knew that. I thought that was probably going to happen. I have heard other people say that the black ink, especially if you're not using it a lot, will come off. I'm just going to put it on the other side because these guys are, FYI, if that happens to you, it is not the end of the world. It is actually not fully sticky as it should be, but I'll keep you posted actually. I'll have to give it a wash and see what happens. I don't mind actually because I had it quite lined up. I don't mind. Somebody was talking about it and I was like, well, isn't that good? Then you just have the black image. That's nice. You can see what you're doing. But what it is that it's not actually sticky anymore. See? So it'll work totally. It's just that. Okay, I've always done this in crushed curry. I need to go grab a couple things. I'm going to show you how I love to ink up stuff. Actually, factually, this one I'm 92% sure I probably have I probably do have dyes, but I won't look for them right now. I'm going to show you a couple inking ideas that I have. With paper pumpkin, no, not paper pumpkin, I always say that. With pumpkin pie, crushed curry, some old olive, and my favorite for this time of year, the cherry cobbler is always quite nice. Oh, I brought this, but not white paper. Oh, sorry. I think this is white paper. Oh, this reminds me, there is also a background, a stamp background, that if you don't have this embossing folder, you can buy a stamp background right now. Okay, white paper. Oh, that is a very small piece, but that might do the trick. Okay, let's see what we can do. All right, with photopolymer, trick is to use a foam pad, and thought that was a foam pad. Here's one. Woohoo! I got to get back into the schools, actually. I have a whole stack of these somewhere else. You're just thinking, what are you talking about? Yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to stamp this leaf on the yellow. You're like, what? Yes, wait for it. Just you wait and see. So for some of you guys that watch Rhonda Wade, she started a class today for demonstrators, and some of you may have been looking forward to it or whatever, watching just some part for, you can take what you want for it. It's to build our businesses, and I'm trying to think why I was bringing that up. Oh, sorry. She was talking about making a clean surface. And I'm like, oh, dang. I hate that part of the game. Okay, so I've stamped some orange on here. I'm going to bring in the cherry cobbler. And I'm going to bring in some finger daubers. And, oh, here's one right here. Yay. For right now, anyways. And I'm just going to daub whole bunch of cherry cobbler in here. So I add a little bit of orange. I'm actually going to stamp this on the yellow. We'll see how it goes. If it's not good, it's just a little piece of paper. I can go again. I am going to put lots on here around the edges. And stamp. See how it goes. Hi Vicky, how you doing, hun? Oh my goodness, did you see? Oh, you can't see. I'm sticking my fingers in here. I am inky. I was having fun doing my reel last night. So I made this card. And I got it down to making it in 26 seconds, I think. Okay, so that's not bad. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm having a tough time remembering what we would have done with this, you guys, because we wouldn't have had blends. So we would have stamped these definitely in the color on white lots of times. Okay, I'm just going to go end to end here and it'll work because it will. And I'm just trying to think how we colored this in more. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it was just, that's how we had it. It was just really pretty that way. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of these. Vicki, do you have this one too? This set, it's, I'm working with vintage leaves. Because I'm pretending that they are like artistic leaves, and that's a good one. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp it though in the crushed curry, and then I'm going to finger daub it with a little bit of, or a fair amount of old olive. So I'm just coming over here to get some old olive. No, a finger dauber. And it's very blue. That's not right. I thought it was. I do love the one year we made banners, and we used blue in the banner. We used Island Indigo in the banner. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it in this one, and then I'm going to bring in my finger dauber, add a bunch of green, which I'm not sure how moist this does not seem to be very dark green. I may be disappointed. Should be good. So putting the green first, it just gives a little bit of a blur of color is what I'm thinking. Oh, see? So pretty. Oh, that's nice. Okay. And then I'm going to do another one of those. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a clean, sort of. Okay, and I'm daubing in the crushed curry again, and then adding some old olive. Okay. And I'm adding a little bit. Oh, this is going to be pretty more yellow. This one's going to be nice. So pretty. Okay, I do need to get another piece of paper. But if I knew what I was ever stamping, wouldn't I be organized sometimes, eh? All right. Crazy. Crazy for blue. All right, now I'm going to do the red one again. So what did I do? I had it in orange first. So I'm going to, where is he? Here he is. Oh, I better clean him first. The maple leaf. The maple leaf. The maple leaf. It's a beautiful sight to see. Who knows Michael, what's his name? Michael somebody or another. You guys are awfully quiet. What'd you guys do today? All right, so I'm going to hit get just half of it on there and half of it on here. And then I'm going to add in a whole bunch of red. What's this called? Cherry cobbler. I'm going to go up the stem, around an edge or two. And he is going to be so pretty. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit for 5 seconds. And that'll be that. Puts away some of these ink pads. Okay. And, yeah, I don't think I'll find the dies for this very quickly. So I'm pretty sure it's probably just as easy to cut this out. I'm 62% sure that it's got, I will cut these. You're going to have to play and pretend because it's going to be, it will take way long to cut these very nice. But know that I would have it cut much nicer in real life. I know I'm right here in real life, not. Okay. And you're like, why didn't you pick that up? So lots of times that our ink pads, the current ink pads, deliver so much ink onto the stamps that it's sometimes nice to just, without even pressing it, just let the ink go into the paper after you do a nice press. I don't mean like you never get to press, but it's sitting there, I don't think is making it have any problems in this technique. And so it's okay. So I was a little disappointed with one of my sets, and it's just me being a poopy head because it actually, oh, that's pretty. Look at that nice spot of something, something. So interesting because my my cherry cobbler looks a little less, and it's coming out now a little tiny bit, but because there was orange and stuff behind it, it's a little bit interesting. Okay, these guys, aren't they pretty? One of my hits was just gorgeous, and I thought, oh, and it's really quite, like, it's lovely still at Pine Hills, but it's still very dry, and so if you get a good hit, when it hits the ground and rolls, it should roll easily 20 more yards kind of thing. So quite a few of my PBs, as I call them, I'm not taking full credit to like, woohoo, I'm doing so much better at this time of year. No, it's that the same shot that I would have hit a month ago should just roll a little tiny bit more. So I hit this amazing shot today off the 7th tee, and it was just flying, and there's a tree that you're supposed to kind of just sweep right past, and oh, it was just like, whoa, just straight down the fairway. Like, it's one of those shots that's why we all continue to golf kind of shot. And I got up to it, and I was like, well, I did this shot before. I was sitting right at about the 100, so I'd hit it. And so there was nothing wrong with the shot. It was just that it seemed more amazing than that. For instance, on one of the other holes, the goal is to get it across the creek, we call it. And I consistently get across the creek, but I sometimes hit it too far to the right, and it's in the bush or on the path across the creek kind of thing. And past the rock is another thing. And anyway, so I have been doing that quite consistently, but these last couple times they're like, whoa. And again, it's just because it's flat and dry right there. So when I hit it, it just goes flying. And again, today, no exception to that. So that's why I just thought this other hit off 7 would have been better. But I got a couple mulligan pars, not on the last par do over, but not the par on the last putt, but on the second putt from off the thing, I did do a couple extra ones, and it wasn't like they got even way closer. It was just what I wanted to execute. So I got a couple what I call mulligan pars, and then I got one par that I call a Lori par because I guess it's a par 4, and I did it in 5. And I think I do amazing to get it up there in 5. Although I do count in my head, if I was able to get it up there in 3, certainly somebody else should have been able to too. So I probably think, oh my goodness, I just clicked refresh and I went to February 17th, 2023 picture of a fabulous tree. Well, what the heck? That's not helping me. That is not what I want. I want to see you guys talking to me. Hello, are you there? Oh my goodness. Betty, say hi. I'm like, I feel like maybe I fell off the page. That's so weird. I can't find myself. I can't find you guys. I found me, but I can't find you guys. Act of stamping. Come back. Oh, there, it just came back. Oh, you little Facebook. I know you said hello. I just needed you to say hi right then. I felt like maybe I got scared. So weird. Facebook's being really weird. I'm getting a whole bunch of things like from 2022 and 2023 right now. That's bad. Okay. All right. So now I've got some, I've got some leaves. I've got my background. And we're going to just do a really fun little, we'll gather some leaves around here. I love leaves. And then we'll want to have a tag. And the tag will say one of these guys on here. So again, promoting an upcoming sale where stamp sets are going to be 15% off. And on the 18th for 24 hours only. If you want some help getting your orders organized or ready or whatever. Okay. And this is real size. So that is what you see is what you get. This could be a happy birthday or definitely a thinking of you, a thank you, or best wishes. The one fun thing about the happy birthday is there is a lovely little cupcake that I think is super fun. If I find the card that I was making, I will post it just to give you guys a heads up that one of these is good. Best wishes or thinking of you. So I was thinking that I would grab, thinking of you. Would this best wishes work? No. That one would. So this was a die that was part of a paper pumpkin deal. And what is this? Those are no better. So we've had a bunch of different tags through the years. And what is current, what is not. Oh, these may be current. This would be fun with the texture on the edge. So, textured note dies. Let's see if, oh, all of these will fit in here. Okay, I'm going to grab that guy out of there. And I think that's a really nice texture for this. So I got to go and cut that out. Talk amongst yourselves. Alexina, how are you doing? I just saw that you won, I think it's a card coming your way from Sue. Did I see that when I was watching Sue the other day? I think it was Sue, which is kind of fun. I was like, is she saying her name right? Am I saying her name right? I love your name. It's sort of like Toll. I feel like I can say it really good until I go to say it out loud, and then it's like, maybe it's not as pretty as it's pretty. Maybe I'm not saying it as pretty as I should be. Okay, I'm super excited about this. All right, I am going to stamp this in, what color? Pumpkin, maybe in pumpkin. And thinking of you. Okay, so I'm going to make my decision not to use thinking of you or best wishes. Oh, this is going to be a happy birthday card. All right, happy birthday it is. Kind of bad if the whole reason you make a certain card is not for specialty, but because it fits the thing that you're working with. All right. Happy birthday. You know what? I think I'm going to do it in this Early Espresso. So Early Espresso is the color of the week over on Creativity for Everyone. That is a free club, a free Facebook group that you're welcome to go over and join. And oopsie doo-doo. And I would love for you to join it, actually. We would like for you to join it. Don't get too enthusiastic when you're stamping, you know. You have to just tap, tap, tap. Okay. So letters, lots of times I don't worry quite as much. I'm going to angle this a little tiny bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to go straight at it. Happy. And again, just leaving it for the 5 seconds just lets the ink go on. And then, that's so pretty. Okay, so I'm wondering if I could make a little cupcake for this anyways, just because it might be kind of fun. And cupcake in, so when I get quiet, it's that I'm thinking. I think I want to do, I want to do orange icing? I think I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm going to make it orange on the bottom. No, I'm going to make it green on the bottom. And red velvet cupcake. If I can find my ink pads, I can. And I think the green was a little tough, so let's see how we make out. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm just stamping along the edge here. I'm awfully close. Sorry. I'm trying to be aware that I have myself very close here. I'll back up just a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to cherry cobbler the top of it for a... Oy! That's not going to be great. Hang on. Q-tips in your craft room are never a bad idea. Stamping this guy twice might not be a bad idea. We'll see how we do one more time here. In fact, you know what? I am going to do this. Here, I'm going to cut him out anyway. So I'm going to stamp him. So I'm stamping him. Okay, stamp. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of tape. And I'm going to do this the opposite of how we usually mask. I'm going to green him up. Oh, look, he's perfect. What the heck? That's funny. And I'm just going to tape over top now, and I'll just join them up here. Not bad. The red is so dark. I'm going to try that one more time. So I'm going to actually do this because I think I can. I'm going to cover him up here. I'm going to stamp this guy. I'm going to stamp him off because he seems very dark. So I'm inking him up good. And I'm going to take off the tape. And I'm going to take a little piece of paper, stamp him once. Stamp him again. He might be too light. Oh, he is too light. Dang it. I think I'm going to like this guy okay, though. And I'm going to stamp this guy. That's just prettier. I don't know why. All right. Then, cut him out. Pull this guy together. I feel like I want to have a really pretty bow. And what color do I need the bow to be, I wonder? We used to have some bronze bows. I wonder if I have that handy. Oh, a rich chocolate. Look how yummy that is. All right. Get rid of that. So I could take one of these guys and have him kind of behind there as well. I was thinking, sort of. And then I think I'll put this on a crushed curry. I have it one right here. You're gonna have to imagine a bit because it's too big. Oh, it's too small. I have to suspend belief a little bit. Oh, for goodness sakes, Lori, just go and get a crushed curry. Nobody can suspend belief that much. That's like realtors when you go into a house and they're like, just imagine, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, nope, can't imagine it. Not happening for me today. Okay, I'm going to bring over Cajun Craze as well. And this crushed curry. Love it. I think the crushed curry's already cut. Bonus. Cajun lightning we're doing. And then a nice bright yellow might be actually kind of nice to work with. And I have a bow right here made. Ha ha ha. All right. So now, score and fold this guy. There's no scoring, just burnishing. Burnish this guy. Wrap this up. Hey, is that what you're saying? Come on, Lori. All right, so watch for... Now, my girls, if you're online here, right afterwards, I'm going to go on to the new link that I gave you for our class tomorrow night. If you want to pop over there for 5 minutes with me, or Facebook, or message me that you're having trouble getting on, if you're on here. We're trying Google Meets tomorrow, and I'm not positive how well it's going to work, right? Okay, so I'm going to put this guy on here. I'm going to cut this here. So the link that I sent you in the email today. We won't make the card, obviously. That's for tomorrow, but all right. I'm not positive we're going to use the cupcake. I just thought, oh, it's kind of cute. Now remember that I want to cut my card a little tiny bit better, my yellow one. The other ones are fine, but my yellow one was a little bit something something. This cupcake, maybe he needs to be... I like the idea of a cupcake, but I don't think he's going to work, right? Seems a little bit weird, doesn't he? Now, that's on that guy, or we can have him on... Ta-da! So it's either whether you like him on bright or the brown. Both are very, very pretty. So color of the week is the espresso. And this is not working. That's going to have to be a different card. Color of the week, espresso. So I did espresso tone on tone with the leaves from the back of this. With You in Mind is one of the on sale sets that you can get for 15% off. And then you've got all the pretty little words and textured notes. And go from there. There we are, you guys. I don't like that, so I'm going to put it right. Maybe so. Leak it over here. I can only suspend my own belief so much, hey? There. Da-da-da! Fun. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. How fun was that today? Always a crazy tear. Get ready. Get your wish list ready so that you can put in your order faster than not. Hi, Connie. How are you, hon? I love these leaves. So I think you've just popped on maybe. So these are the vintage leaves from a long time ago. And I did some daubing and like an ink pad and then some dauber to add color and change them a little tiny bit for that pretty look. And that set that you told me to get, the textured notes, the texture on that is perfect for this time of year. So there we go. I will talk with you guys Thursday morning. I will be working with another set because that is the day. That is the sale day. So I'll be back on, I'm missing you too, Connie. I'll be back on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Be there or be square. How's that? Even a different rhyme from the usual. I can't say at 8. It'll be great. No wonder I said be there or be square. All right, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Go grab some ink. Do some tone on tone. Go back. Do a flashback to the old days before we had all the extra stuff and do some tone on tone. Both of these are actually examples of tone on tone ink on paper backgrounds. All right, I will talk with you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.